Yo, what up everybody, God of Games here, and today we're gonna be talking about some new stuff completely. Actually, today's video is just gonna be a Naruto theory. For the first time ever, I'm actually gonna be doing a Naruto theory in my YouTube channel. It's gonna be amazing. Basically, a Boruto, Naruto, whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna call it a Naruto theory since Boruto is basically Naruto sequel. Okay, so let's see what the theory consists of. Okay, so judging already by the title, you might have guessed that I am gonna be talking about the Boruto is the Naruto's infinite Tsukuyomi dream, or the Boruto is just an infinite Tsukuyomi dream. That's foreshadowing right there. You're gonna see later why. So, let's see what proof people have. None. I actually had to do a lot of digging to find even a bit of proof. I had to do seriously a lot of digging to even, because there is not much proof, by the way. There is not much proof at all. The only proof I could find legit is people speculating that Kaguya was like a second Matrix layer, kind of like shit that to help to like security layer. It's like manifestation of the security layer of the infinite Tsukuyomi, the Genjutsu of the tree. Causes it. So I don't know, a lot of people have been talking about a lot of stuff, and I genuinely didn't want to really do anything without researching. So I have done a lot of research, and now I'm gonna say what I believe, or at least I'm gonna say what firstly I'm gonna say the facts that are the theory, and whose dream is this if it would be. A lot of people say that it's Naruto, but I'm gonna say something. It's not. It's not Naruto's dream. You're gonna see later though. But for now, we are actually gonna say where does this series start? In what what kind of timeline? I'm gonna be starting this series at the specific moment where Madara starts Infinite Tsukuyomi. When Madara declares like the sun, the moon just becomes red, like the Rina Sharingan and kind of stuff. So basically, you know what happened. So, speaking of that, I've been actually trying to think what would be something like what would be the best proof for this theory to even stand. And I have this proof. Everything is just too perfect. You might say, well, there are the Otsutsukis who are trying to conquer. Well, while that is true, the Otsutsukis are they don't really go well with each other. I mean, Momoshiki doesn't like Ishiki, who doesn't like Kinshiki, who goes well with Momoshiki but doesn't go really well with Urashiki, and then Urashiki does, and then no one goes good with Toneri, and then everything like Ishiki doesn't go good with Kaguya either, since they were partners in the beginning. Kaguya doesn't go good with her sons, not only Hagoromo, also his brother. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that this world is actually the worst world we can get. Obviously, in Boruto's new chapter, we clearly see that Sasuke loses his Rinnegan. Now, who would be someone who would want catharsis in Naruto Shippuden for Sasuke? Who would want for Sasuke to suffer catharsis? That's right, people, it's Sakura. This, to me, at least, it all seems like this is Sakura's dream, and this is still more believable than it being Naruto's dream. For starters, Naruto becomes Hokage, but it becomes in a weird way. He becomes as a genin. That is awfully weird enough. He never gets the Jonin rank. Now, if you say, well, the last scene clearly showed that he was studying to become Jonin. Well, in an interview in Boruto, we can clearly see that Naruto clearly never passed that test. He actually became a Hokage as a genin. As a genin! That's the lowest rank. There is no rank lower than genin, except for maybe being non-ninja at all, but that's besides the point. Now, also, since a lot of people wanna say that, well, that cannot be possible. That clearly cannot be possible, since we obviously see Boruto's world become its own world, and things don't go as well, which I already said, which I already gave an explanation, that things go very well for Sakura somehow. I mean, she gets married to Sasuke. Sasuke gets an awful lot of catharsis, which is basically atoning for his mistakes. Now, obviously Sakura loves him, but in Shippuden she nearly tried to kill him. So I guess that love exists, but it's a hard love. It's a very hard love because in this timeline in particular, things went rogue without Sasuke redeeming. Or at least he redeemed a bit, but not an awful lot. He basically was just, I'm from evil to just evil. But eviler, evil-less. It really depends on how you see it. And even there is this. In Boruto, when you start, in the intro, you clearly see the sign of Rina Sharingan. Now obviously this is no proof at all. You might say, well, to me it is. Naruto is clearly an anime that foreshadows a lot. We have had Tobi's identity foreshadowed since the first episodes of Naruto. No joke. You can I'm actually gonna put some pictures, by the way, here after editing. I'm gonna put some pictures that show that there are pictures of Obito in Kakashi scenes, which is crazy to me. Also, don't you think that Madara was actually killed that easily? Like, why was Madara killed that easily? Remind me again. Think about it. He just gets killed by Black Zetsu because apparently Naruto and Sasuke together with Sakura and Kakashi cannot defeat him. Which is clear BS, since first things first, Kaguya is stronger than Madara, like it or not. What else? If Kakashi gets if there is also Obito helping them, later at least, like he would actually, if Kishimoto really wanted to make Madara lose, he could have just turned Obito before, way before. It's actually, I've been seeing a lot of shit that just makes me think. So you might say, what would be the explanation about the Otsutsuki? They are awfully similar to Madara in appearance and everything. Well, obviously you might say that's how the Otsutsuki are supposed to be, because Madara is a sub-Otsutsuki kind of deal. He is not a full Otsutsuki, but he's a 10-tailed Jinchuriki, which automatically makes him some kind of an Otsutsuki. Well, not exactly, but you get the idea. He gets the looks, he gets the horns and everything. Well, to that I say, but still, he just, I don't know, they are really similar. Like, and also you can clearly see, Kaguya is the power side of Madara, the raw, immense power, but she doesn't have the intelligence. Then we also have Momoshiki, which is the finesse that Madara has while battling. Maybe a lot of people don't notice, but Momoshiki and Madara have something similar to each other, and that is their finesse while they fight, and the finesse while they talk too. Kinshiki, well, I don't know about Kinshiki, but it could probably be something similar to maybe Obito. That could maybe be Obito, or like the Ten Tails helping Madara and then getting absorbed. That could be like a parallel, Kinshiki and the Ten Tails. Although, maybe yes, maybe not. We don't know that. It's kind of iffy. That one's kind of iffy. Urashiki is the will for Madara to learn ninjutsu, to learn even newer ninjutsu, and to get that. To get all those jutsus. Like, I bet Madara at least stole a couple of jutsus from the Senju clan. At least copied them with his Sharingan, which we clearly know he can do. I mean, I don't know. And what else? Ishiki. Now, obviously, Ishiki don't really have much, since he's kind of a generic character, but it could just be, maybe that could be Obito betraying him, because clearly Ishiki was betrayed by Kaguya, so maybe that could be like a parallel to Obito betraying him. Although that's like very iffy to say the least, because at that moment obviously Obito had a bit of betrayal, but not a whole awful lot. And also Kaguya also gets defeated in a weird way, and also Zetsu just clearly turns in a very weird way. I'm trying to give sense to this a whole lot, but I don't feel like it's just good enough. I feel like there should be something more to just Madara dying. Now you might say, now I'm not saying that Boruto is not good. Boruto has grown a lot to me. Like, it legit has grown a lot on me. I think right now it's solidly not bad. It's good. It can be maybe sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit situation, but it's mostly good right now. And the manga is okay. The manga is genuinely good. The Kata organization, while I do believe that they are Akatsuki wannabes, I still do think that they are good. I mean, it's still better than Shin Uchiha, which comes to the Sakura part. Because Shin Uchiha, how come Sakura was able to kind of defeat two main villains? She was able to help a lot against Kaguya in that final punch, which is weird to begin with. And she was also able to defeat Shin Uchiha, which is also very weird. And also, have you ever realized how Sarada looks so similar to Karin? I mean, it's already explained a lot that Sarada looks very similar to Karin. While that I say, that's because, but she's clearly Sakura's daughter, it's already been proven multiple times. Wouldn't that be just the perfect shot to in the leg? Wouldn't it just be the perfect, like the perfect final shot to Karin? Don't you think about it for a second? Wouldn't it be the perfect shot having Sakura and Sasuke having a daughter that looks just like her, and her just seeing Sarada every time and thinking about how she could have been with Sasuke if Sakura just didn't exist at all? The proof is very inconclusive, and all in all, because I'm trying to end the video here, I don't believe that this is true. I mean, clearly, if this turns out to be true, I'm gonna turn out looking like a goddamn genius somehow. And if Kaguya is legit what I believe she is, and she's just like the second Matrix layer of like the infinite Tsukuyomi, then they would just be somehow mental. Imagine the final scene of Boruto, or the final manga panel, or the final whatever, the final piece that we're gonna have of Boruto is gonna be Madara just laughing and saying to Sakura, and saying to having like Naruto and Sasuke's dead body, and seeing Sakura's dream and saying that's what it could have been, like kind of like that kind of deal. Imagine what would have happened then. It would have been truly massive. It would be groundbreaking. The internet would break. Would legit break. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for enjoying. Click the like button if you like this video. Now I get it, this video is pretty controversial, and I already said that I don't necessarily believe in this theory a whole lot because it's pretty up there. But there is some proof, conclusive, inconclusive, maybe maybe not related at all, like the proof might not be really at all. Still guys, it's worth noting that it's seriously a possibility. It's seriously a possibility, and it's not like there is no proof at all. We clearly have some proof. It's just that it needs to be taken at a more face value. But anyway, click the like button if you like the video. I'm like all the whole stuff again. Click the subscribe button if you enjoy my channel. God of Games out. Bye.